Hey guys, I'm gonna make sure this camera's going the right way. All right, I'm coming at you at about 10 pounds lighter than I was yesterday. We went out to dinner and came home with a nice bout of food poisoning last night. So hopefully my energy stays up during this little live event, and we'll chat from there. But one thing, if you guys could do it for me, once you guys hop on this live event, just give me a like so I know that you're there, and we get some communication going all the way throughout the process. And looking back at yesterday's call, we had an option whether talking about minimizing fat gain during a lean bulk, or talking about productivity and how to maximize your time and be a little bit more efficient. And we had a virtual tie in the Facebook groups, and as it turns out, we're going to do day 2 today, and go live and talk about how to maximize productivity and time management, overcoming information overload. So, I get a lot of trainers that are asking, like, how do I do so many different things within my business and still be productive? Because there are so many things that are out there. Should you focus on just training in person? Do you need to do online training? Do you need to create info products, courses? There's a lot of information out there. It's very similar to when people are when people are going in the weight room for the first time and they don't know what they should do for a workout. Do they do a body part split? Do they do a total body workout? Are they doing a push, pull, lower split? What are they focusing on? And, as it pertains to both business and fitness, you need to define first what is going to be most essential to move the needle for you going forward. I'm by no means perfect in this situation at all, but I think at any given time with my business, we've got online training going on, in-person training. We've got 2 digital products out: the Minimalist Muscle Course, the Power Primer, and then our hybrid business coaching program. So there's a lot going on. But the way I'm able to stay semi-sane through this entire process is first defining success and then protecting the time that's most important. If you think a lot about it, or just American culture now in general, and the entrepreneurial culture that we're all in, we tend to define success based on how hard we're working, how long our days are, how much money we're making, all this shit. But we have to personally define what success means to us in order to actually achieve it in the first place. So if we're trying to do all these different things that are defined or that are successful for somebody else, it doesn't really make sense for what we're doing. So without a clear definition of success, we can never fully define and achieve what we're looking to achieve. So a big quote that I like to think about this in terms of productivity: if everything is important, then nothing is important. So what I have my business coaching clients do and my online personal training clients do is first define what's important. What is the one goal that you're looking to achieve? And from there, we're going to develop a short list. So for example, we're talking about developing a short list. One of the biggest things that moves the needle in my business is consistently writing. So for me, I have to protect that time more than anything else. So I protect like 6 a.m. to about 10 a.m. every single day, and I just sit down and write. Half the time I stare at a blank page. Occasionally get sidetracked by Facebook, but by setting that outline ahead of time and focusing on getting that done, I'm doing something proactive, moving the needle forward rather than being reactive to email, to Facebook, to all kinds of messages coming in. So you need to set yourself up for success by first defining what's going to be important to move the needle forward, and then being proactive about protecting that time. Personally, productivity is going to go through so many different variables for different people. So, what's going to work for me in terms of like an essential time to be productive is going to be completely different for what's going to happen for you. So that's where that short list is going to come in. So in terms of creating that short list, I would think about what are three separate things that you can do that can consistently move the needle forward for you. For me, like I said, it's going to be writing, it's going to be corresponding with my email list, and it's going to be it's not even 3. If I do those 2 things, I'm going to move the needle forward. I don't need to worry about Facebook ads or about the newest program that's out there. You have to define what's going to work for you. Within that, you also have to set time blocks. This comes down to a principle we call Parkinson's Law. Time is going to expand to fill, or your time is going to work to expand whatever time duration you give to it. So if you have 2 weeks to finish a project, you're going to take the full 2 weeks to finish the project. If you have 90 minutes to finish a project, you're probably going to get it done. It won't be the best project, but you'd set the plan a little bit better. But what that comes down to is setting essential time blocks. So whenever I'm doing something and looking to maximize productivity, what I will do is set maybe a 90-minute time period where, okay, I'm going to work on a sales page for 90 minutes. I'm going to take a 10 or 15-minute break, and then I'm going to move on. Or I'm going to work on this new article. I'm going to take a 90-minute kind of sprint into it. I'm going to take 15 minutes off and then go back into it. But you need to have that short-term focus to really accomplish anything. You have to have that deliberate practice, that deliberate focus to make sure you're going to be productive. So whether it's going to be writing a blog post, reading, researching, testing new theories, or really developing a long-term project, just take some time out and block that off and make sure that is protected every time in your day. Because at the end of the day, without setting limits and focusing on the essential, you're just going to spin your wheels. It's going to be really frustrating. So yeah, that's really about it, guys. So think about picking and sticking to pre-planned times. Think about workouts. What time you're going to work out is going to be consistent. Set that as a time block. What time you're going to get your writing done. That's going to be a time block. And then focus on protecting that time. That's going to help you be more productive, manage your time, and do things that actually matter instead of getting bogged down in all the bullshit and minutia. So that's it, guys. It comes down to preparation, defining what's important, and taking massive action. It doesn't have to be complicated, but if you do those couple things, you're going to be set to go. And that's about it. I've got to eat about 10,000 calories to make up for the 10 pounds I lost yesterday. Eating, I had some weird stuff. I had some quail. It was one of those restaurants, I think it was tapas. Yeah, so it's a bunch of small plates. They weren't really good. It was really expensive, and then I got food poisoning. So it wastes $80. Poor decision. All right, guys, I'm heading out. It is a weekend. Have an awesome weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which doesn't disqualify you from doing anything except for I'm going to leave that alone. Bye.